Today, I'm going to be talking about how steroids affect our community, our children, as well as athletes. The brutal double homicide and suicide that Chris Benoit committed to his family and himself in 2007 was a cause of steroid abuse. Steroid usage is a problem in everyday life and it needs to be eliminated. In order to understand why steroid usage needs to be eliminated, we need to understand how it came about. A steroid is a type of organic compound that contains a characteristic arrangement of four cycloocane rings that are joined at each other. According to www.steroidsinsports.org, steroids in sports are rumored to be connected to the 1936 Berlin Olympics. These Olympics were special due to the circumstances in which they occurred. They were first Olympics to ever be televised, and with Hitler's rise to power, he wanted the entire world to see the German athletes as superior beings. Some of the German medal winners had been suspected on using steroids such as early testosterone preparations. Since the negative effects caused by steroids were not entirely known or taken into consideration back then, it became a necessity for any athlete that wanted total domination. John Ziegler in 1954, after the World Weightlifting Championship, and started developing a steroid that was as Dianabol. This steroid was used in sports for several years in the United States. It was used in any sport where size and strength mattered. Reports of syringes in the Soviet locker room popped up, which suggests that older, less potent oral steroids used were obsolete by the injections. The International Olympic Committee followed with a ban on several steroids in sports back in 1968. History of steroids in sports probably would have been quite different if the World Health Organization had made a complaint. Heavy use of steroids in sports, especially at top levels, continued for the next 2 decades. The International Organization Committee, the World Health Organization, and several similar organizations tried to detect and ban steroid use using in athletes. According to the Office of Diversion Control, steroid usage can cause physical and psychological dangers. There are increasing concern regarding possible serious health problems associated with steroid abuse, including short-term and long-term side effects. Short-term side adverse physical effects of steroids abuse are well known. Some side effects in men are reversible with discontinuation. Long-term adverse physical effects of steroid abuse in women and men are yet been studied. Women's side effects are not reversible as it is in men. Side effects that women can get are deepened voice, body and facial hair growth, enlarged clitoris, and baldness. Side effects in men and women can become more severe than listed above. Physical side effects include high blood pressure, severe acne, thinning of hair and baldness, fluid retention, high cholesterol, liver disorder, sexual reproductive disorder, and even risk for contracting HIV from using other people's needles. Psychological disturbances can include mood swings, impaired judgment, depression, nervousness, extreme irritability, delusions, hostility, and aggression. Steroids have not always been a threat to human beings. As researchers studied that drugs more in reactions that they were noticing from individuals that consumed the drug led them to ban the drug. What steps can we take? We must take actions to ban the use of steroids, especially when it starts to be a problem in our young children as well. The Monitoring the Future study conducted in 2002 found out that since 1991 there has been a significant increase of steroid by school-age children. Supported by the NIDA and the Institution for Social Research at the University of Michigan, drug use among 8th, 10th, and 12th graders in the United States. In 1991, according to statistics, there were 1.9% of 8th graders, 1.8% of 10th graders, and 2.1% of 12th graders that reported using steroids. In 1999, statistics showed that the number kept increasing to 2.7% of 8th and 10th graders, and 2.9% of 12th graders continued to abuse the drug. Survey shows that in the year 2000, the numbers became even worse, especially for 10th and 12th graders. 2.5% of 8th graders, 3.5% of 10th graders, and the most increase in 12th graders with 4%. In 2002, survey indicated that 22% 8th graders, 33.2% of 10th graders, and 46.1% 12th graders stated that steroids were fairly easy or very easy to obtain. We talked about the effects that steroids have on our bodies, what happens to individuals who get caught with steroids. The first step is to report all and any person using steroids. Steroids are illegal in the United States, and individuals using the drug should be punished. The Anabolic Steroids Control Act of 1990 placed the steroids in Schedule 3 of the Controlled Substance Act as of February 27, 1991. Under this legislation, anabolic steroids are defined as any drug or hormonal substance chemically and pharmacologically related to testosterone that promotes muscle growth. Possession of steroids results in 1 year in prison and a minimum of $1,000 fine if it first offense. Possession or sale of steroids without valid prescription is illegal. Maximum penalty if first offense is 5 years in prison and a fine of $250,000. Second offense, maximum period of imprisonment and maximum fine, both doubled. There are steroid alternatives that are legal and useful. Variety of non-steroid drugs and commonly found within illicit anabolic market. Drugs that are substituted for steroids are clenbuterol, human growth hormone, insulin-like growth factor, and gamma hydroxybutyrate. First step in stopping the use of steroids is becoming more involved by becoming more educated on this subject. You can start by recognizing that there is a problem at hand. Start advocating for strong policies, especially to help the young children. Promote efforts in the community to educate people about the effects it can cause to your body and how it can affect your loved ones. Become familiar with the signs of steroid use and what could happen if you are caught with it in your possession and distributing it. Encourage a healthy steroid-free environment. Educate athletes, upcoming athletes, and children on the importance of ethics and morals. Steroids use can clearly cause a lot of physical and psychological effects within the body. For instance, if you have a chance, read about Chris Benoit and what taking steroids made him do to his family and himself. Just imagine if he never took the dangerous drug, who knows what the outcome could have been. Innocent people lost their life because a drug consumed his whole life and made him wild out. Are steroids really worth you harming yourself or others?